Winchester Church United Methodist Church. I'm so delighted you guys are all here with us today. You all are in for a treat. We have some of our region's very best organists with us today, and I know that you are just going to be delighted with what they have to offer. But I turn it over to my pastor of UC World.
Thanks, Teddy. I'm a little shorter than he is. Well, thank everyone for coming to our benefit organ concert today. We're extremely fortunate to even have a pipe organ, period. So many churches have given up on these instruments years ago due to cost or maintenance or lack of players or changes in worship style or whatever. But we're very lucky that our organ is over 100 years old, but it's still holding together today. They just don't build them the way they used to do, huh? It is showing some signs of serious aging and in some need of some desperate repairs. So thus this concert. So I talked to Larry, and he was able to gather some of his colleagues, and we're going to put together hopefully a great recital for you today. These organists, they're going to share their love of playing this wonderful instrument, and hopefully it'll be a very, very fun event for everyone here today, and hopefully we'll be able to recover some of these costs for repairs that were so desperately needed. So just enjoy the concert. Our first organist doesn't really need an introduction, but Anne, where is she? She's already at the organ. She received her undergrad degree in organ performance in 1989, studying with Skylar Robinson, and her undergrad degree in music ed in 1990 at UK. She got her master's degree in college student services in 2004 from Azusa Pacific University in Azusa, California. She later obtained a master's degree in TESOL, teaching English to students of other languages, in 2012, also from Azusa Pacific University in Azusa, California. Anne taught English to university-level international students at University of Laverne and Hope International University, both in California, Ashland University in Ashland, Ohio, and Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana. She's been the organist at 3 Winchester churches, First Baptist Church, First Christian Church, and First Methodist Church, as well as choir director. She is currently director of music ministries at First Baptist Church here in Winchester. She's married to Dr. Jim Willis, and together they have 6 grandchildren, 5 children, 4 dogs, 3 cats, 2 turtle doves, and a part. Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist. Ann Willis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ann. Our next performer is Gwen Frazier. She's the early service organist at Apostles Anglican in Lexington. I'll let you tell them a little bit about your pieces, Gwen. I'll bring the mic to you.
I will share some information on the second piece after I play the first. So that's what I was playing. Well, can everyone hear me? Oh, I didn't see it. Okay. Yes. Thank you. The second piece I'd like to share with you is a set of very short variations, but very well varied, as I would say, on a tune we know and love, "Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing." And I thought I would just give you some very quick hints on what to look for or what to listen for. There's a short chorale section, and each of these variations play on a certain fragment or a phrase in the hymn tune. So you're going to be able to pick up what is going on and at least what is being spoken to. And the first variation is an accompanied melody, hymn tune. You'll be able to hear, and it's accompanied by some very lovely strings. The variation 2 is a very light and sprightly, what we call it a scherzo, sometimes a little movement that really is quite animated. The third variation is another, would you listen to strings that are ethereal and think of that kind of thing, communion music. And number 4 is, I think you can probably figure out what number 4 is going to be.
Our next performer is Grant Holcomb. He's a native of Lexington, Kentucky. Grant serves as the organist and assistant director of music at Central Christian Church, Disciples of Christ Church in downtown Lexington. He's the executive secretary for the Lexington chapter of the American Guild of Organists and recently concluded a term as a national board member for AGO's Young Organist Division. Passionate for chamber music and collaborative music making, Grant completed a recital tour of trumpet and organ recitals across Kentucky alongside trumpeter Abby Temple. Grant holds both the Bachelor of Arts and Master's of Music degrees in organ performance from the University of Kentucky, where he was an organ and harpsichord student of Dr. Schuyler Robinson. In addition to Dr. Robinson, Grant has studied organ with Eric Wall and Lisa Hall and has had additional coaching in service playing with Tom Trenny. Our next performer is Lynn Vera. She's retired 3 times from the fields of mainframe computer programming, music teaching, and webmastering. Wow. She's been unable to vacate the organ bench, though. She's currently serving a dual role as organist at Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Georgetown, Kentucky, and associate organist at the historic Kentucky Theater in downtown Lexington. During the past decade, Lynn has been promoting the works of contemporary composers, 2 of which you'll hear this afternoon. Just a Closer Walk with Thee by Marianne Kim is a liturgical jazz arrangement of this beloved hymn. Chicago-based Marianne Kim is a composer, pianist, organist, and harpsichordist, noted for her performances and compositions in a diversity of musical styles. As a soloist and collaborative artist, she performs piano and organ recitals, chamber music, and jazz. Marianne is a faculty member at North Park University, teaching gospel contemporary piano, and at Northern Illinois University, teaching organ and harpsichord. Starting in the fall 2024 semester, she'll also teach keyboard leadership at Wheaton College. Her next piece, In Christ There Is No East or West, is by Gilbert Martin. It was first published in 1993. This joyful interpretation of the familiar spiritual has been included in a number of publications. Mr. Martin studied organ at Westminster Choir College in Princeton, New Jersey, where he's been honored as a distinguished composer and alumnus. At age 83, he lives quietly in the Dayton area, but is often quite given the opportunity to teach and conduct numerous musical ensembles throughout the country. He remains an active composer in the choral, piano, and organ genres. Our next performer is Mark Diaba. Mark graduated from the University of Kentucky with a degree in organ performance. He serves as organist at Lexington's Central Baptist Church. He holds the AGO's Service Playing Certificate. The piece he's doing is by J.S. Bach, 1685 to 1750. He's widely considered to be the world's greatest composer. Bach took a concerto written for two violins, written by Antonio Vivaldi, and he transcribed it and turned it into this fabulous composition for organ. So I hope you enjoy this Bach piece inspired by Vivaldi. Our next performers are Mike and Nancy Dunn. It seems you guys have the last name. You married? Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Mike is the music director at First Christian Church here in Winchester, and Nancy is the organist. The piece they're doing, Fiesta, is written by Charles Callahan. He was born in 1951 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He's a well-known organist, teacher, and an expert on organ building. He was a prolific composer. His compositions include compositions for papal visits to the United States and from Harvard University. He died on Christmas Day this past year, 2023. That's a fun piece. Well, it wouldn't be church unless we took an offering, right? Well, thanks to our wonderful church historian, Don Williamson, he was able to track down the original contract with the MP Moller Company. $7,000, that was the original cost. Can you imagine today buying a pipe organ for $7,000? Our last repair bill was more than that. If you take a look at your program, and if you turn it sideways and squint just right, that is an original schematic drawing from the Moller Company. You can kind of see the pipes on there. It didn't print really well, but that's actually what it is. And if you notice on the side, it is Opus 3591. So this organ has been around for a while. Our organ here is a typical example of the marriage of two generations of the Moller firm. The original was built in the early 1920s, and then it was rebuilt in 1966 with a new console here. Some changes were made to update the organ to reflect changing tastes in the type of music the organs of the time were expected to play. Our hope is that we'll be able to overhaul our wonderful organ once again. The first step is to upgrade the console and relay portion of the organ. The new system would more easily accommodate any future additions or changes. It would have a panel-mounted touchscreen with MIDI record and playback. Wouldn't that be cool? Basic installation of the new relay, rebuilding the pedal board and keys, installing a trumpet and possibly a Zimbelstern, and converting the stop controls to work with the solid-state equipment is somewhere in the neighborhood of $140,000. 20 times more than the original cost. Isn't that just incredible? When we officially kick off our capital campaign for this wonderful instrument, this king of instruments, we hope you'll be able to be a part of that when that does happen. This offering is to help cover and just kind of keep her still playing from week to week with some repairs that were recently made. So keep that in mind as you give, and give some more. Me and Ann are going to do a duet. Unlike the duet that they just did, we're going to do a piano and organ duet. So hope you enjoy this. Our last performer is Dr. Larry Sharp. He's a Winchester native and graduate of the University of Kentucky. He is a full-time orthodontist practicing in Lexington and Elizabethtown. On most weekends, he serves here as the organist, and Larry is a colleague of the American Guild of Organists and completing his first term as the AGO Great Lakes Region Counselor. He's a former dean of the Lexington AGO chapter. The piece he's doing is by Johannes Matthias Mikkel. He's a German conductor, composer, and organist. He is the church musician at Christ Church in Mannheim and is noted for his jazz settings of church choral tunes. Cantad al Señor, or O Sing to the Lord, is a Spanish language song based on a Brazilian folk tune. The tonado, or tune, refers to a folk music style of Spain and countries of Hispanic America. The term applies to song, performance, or dance. There's a Balm in Gilead is a beloved and well-known American spiritual which has brought comfort and healing to many through the years. But this swing setting is like none you've ever heard before. It's infused with jazz chords, rhythms, and high energy. The last movement, Christ has Risen, Hallelujah, is an Easter hymn based on a traditional Tanzanian melody, which is finding its way into most new church hymnals. This setting is in Afro-Cuban style, which is constantly shifting 6/8 to 3/4 meter. Our very own Dr. Lady Sharp, ladies and gentlemen. Would all of our performers please stand one more round for all of our performers today? Thank you so much for giving up your afternoon and being with us and raising some money. Thank you all for coming. There's some cookies and punch out there in the lobby. Please greet all of our musicians and tell them what a wonderful job they did. Thank you. Have a great day.